Welcome to episode 154 of the Whole Circle podcast. And today we're talking to Davin and hearing his story on eating additive-free.
Welcome to the Whole Circle podcast, a show about health, wellness, food and fun. So join us, Tracy and Joe, as we interview some of the world's most amazing health and wellness experts and find out how to live your best life ever. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, so sit back and enjoy the show.
So Davin was really cool. He's a 13-year-old boy who has decided to embrace eating additive-free. He even did a school report on it.
Yeah, he touched our heart. He's a little legend. I smiled throughout the whole video, so don't judge me on that. But I was so proud of him, so excited to talk to him. He really explains it from a child's point of view. You know, he started getting quite agitated at about 5 years old, and he explains how that made him feel, and now he explains how it makes him feel now that he doesn't eat the additives and preservatives. He's off telling all his friends. He did that school report. It's awesome. So you're going to enjoy it. It's a good, really, probably my favourite podcast.
It probably is.
Yeah.
His mum is super proud, as anyone of us would be, and she came across it through an Instagram post that Davin had done. So as we all do, we stalk our kids' Instagram pages, and he had shared an additive-free ice cream recipe that he had made, which is really cool. And she wrote us this lovely email. We got to talk about that in the interview, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. For those listening into the podcast, please know that this is now a video as well. If you would like to watch it, you can go head over to YouTube on our YouTube channel and have a look there.
You can. It's pretty special. You know, I really feel that adults, like, we tend to overthink things sometimes. You know, we overthink, oh my gosh, what about, I can't go additive-free. Like, I can't do the course because
my kids are going to hate it.
What are my kids going to think? And what's my partner going to think? And it's all going to be too hard. And, this is just, no, not for me. But as, you know, this family did, they just took one thing out at a time. They started with the 621, the MSG, and nobody really made a difference. And you will hear Chantelle say that she's heard us say a lot, it's not that hard to live additive-free, and she says it as well. It's actually not that hard. You just have to know what you're doing. On that note, actually, this is, like, if you're watching this live, and, you know, pretty much the day like that this goes live, Additive-Free Made Easy, our signature e-course, is open for registration. So it closes on March the 3rd, 2019. Now, if you're listening outside of this time, still head over to additiverelifestyle.com/AFME for Additive-Free Made Easy, AFME, and you can go on the wait list for the next round. So don't worry, we'll do more courses and you won't miss out. But yeah, total legend, super pumped for you guys to listen to this.
Yeah, hope you enjoy. All right, welcome to the show. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
All right, can you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are and why you are on our podcast show.
Well, I'm Davin, and why I'm on here is I put a post on Instagram, or I did hashtag additive-free lifestyle, and of some ice creams that Mum made, and I just put them on Instagram.
Yeah, you did.
Now, we're pretty proud of you, mate. Do you want to tell everyone how old you are?
I'm 13 this year.
13. Now, that's a pretty big deal for someone to go additive-free at 13. So you've done an awesome job, and your mum is super proud of you. Yes. And is your little brother, little sister?
Davin's got a 10-year-old younger brother and a 2-year-old younger brother.
Right.
And 4 step siblings too.
Yeah.
Wow,
right.
big family.
Okay, wow. Let's go back to the start. So I know, Chantelle, you wrote in and to us with this really big, long, heartfelt email telling us a little bit about yourself and about Davin's story and how proud you were. And then I replied and asked if you would like to come on the show. So can you tell everyone listening your story?
Saw a post of yours about dehydrating food, and I thought, I wonder what that's about. And I looked into it, and a couple of my friends on Facebook had done Additive-Free Made easy.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked into it a little bit, and then just the more I looked into it, the more I saw posts of yours, and it sort of, a few things were triggering. I noticed since Davin was about probably 5, maybe 6. Yeah, we've sort of noticed changes with the way in behaviours.
I can kind of like go a bit nuts and mental, and I can like lose a bit of sleep over stuff like that.
Yeah, and we didn't know what it was for. Davin actually lost his dad when he was 5.
Right.
So I attributed it all to that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really think that it had anything to do with what we were eating. But as I was watching your story, Jo, and I started to make connections, and I thought, oh, maybe there's something in this. And so the first thing I did was I removed 621 out of our diet completely.
Good job.
And the reason I did that was because I noticed Davin used to eat these chicken flavoured rice cakes. In fact, all the kids did.
Yeah, I was.
And then they took them off out of the supermarkets. I don't know, they stopped making them for whatever reason. And he was Devo.
Yeah, I used to love those things.
It suddenly dawned on me that he seemed happier since he hadn't been eating them.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, there is something to this. And so I removed that one additive out of our life, and then I thought maybe I need to do a bit more. So then I did the course, and I was a bit reluctant, well, not reluctant, but I was a bit anxious and a bit fearful of how Davin might take it, not just him but the whole family, and how they'd react to it. So I did it very carefully and slowly and gradually, and I didn't make a big deal, but I was communicating. I was sort of saying what we were doing, and I just did it gradually. And Davin just blew my mind. I mean, everybody accepted it far better than I thought they would, but he's blown my mind because he's just taken to it, and he's got a real actual interest in it. And I think you can probably explain this yourself, but I think it made him feel better to know that when he was reacting to stuff, it's not him.
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
It's kind of a bit worrying.
So it sort of gave him an explanation for it as well.
Yeah, I love it, because sometimes families are our harshest critic, as you guys know. So, and they'll tell you pretty much straight up what is wrong or what, they don't want to happen. I've got 2 teenage kids, and they pretty much argue all the time. So we get it. Families are really hard to overcome that fear of going additive-free, and I think you've done a marvellous job in starting out slow, taking it one little thing at a time, just even one additive, like you said, you've removed MSG, like 621. So, and that's awesome. But Davin, I really want to hear from you about you were just so engrossed in it. You went and did a school project, I believe.
Oh, yeah, I had to do a report on something in writing. So I didn't really know what to do. So it was around the time I was just finishing up the course, so I decided to do it. And I didn't know much about it, so I did a bit of research, and I learned how it affects and what like MSG does, the flavour enhancer, and I learned about other stuff, and I found it really interesting.
Oh, yeah, little legend.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
What did your teacher say?
He was a bit confused about it, so I explained it to him, and he found it really interesting as well. And then I just said, like, what does it actually do? So then I went back and read a bit more on it. And yeah.
Did any classmates give you any hard time?
No. Me and my mates, we joke about it all the time.
That's awesome.
So good.
Yeah, some of them, they just joke about it, and they're like, oh, does that have MSG in it, Davin? And yeah, it's just a friendly kind of thing.
That is so cool.
Good. Because you know what you're doing? You're educating your mates, and you're educating them, and then whether they want to participate in not eating the chicken flavoured chips or the MSG filled something or other, they know. And you have now given them the power of educating them whether they want to listen or do it or not. But they know now, and that is super, super amazing by you and powerful by you. So I want to go back, because you started to talk about how it made you feel, and my daughter, she talks about it as well, on how these additives, preservatives, especially the MSG in your case, actually made you feel. You mentioned that they made you feel a bit angry. So do you want to share with everyone how you felt then to how you feel now?
So I used to kind of like be always agitated, edgy. I started around the time I was 5, and that was just like a coincidence that my dad died at that time. So blame went straight to that, and and then like when we cut it out, like I don't really feel agitated, but like it's just made me like feel a bit happier, and it's kind of nice.
Yeah,
It's definitely worth it.
Isn't it?
Just go through it.
I think also giving Davin a little bit of responsibility with it has helped. It's not, no, you can't have that. I give him choice, and I give him choice with my heart in my mouth each time, because I think, please don't eat that. And then he'll say, oh, no, Mum, I don't want to put that in my body. They are literally the words that he uses. Yeah. And I'll tell you one time where I was really scared and, went home and had a glass of wine, was when he went trick-or-treating. And I just thought, I don't even want to know what you're going to consume. But he had this massive stash, brought it back. I'm there ready with my Lindt chocolate. And neither of them wanted to eat this stuff. He doesn't even like it anyway, luckily. No. But, I mean, I'm not saying that I haven't cut out things that they love. I have. But they've been really happy with the swaps. So they just came back and went, yeah, we're getting Lindt chocolate. They prefer that to the chewy gummy bears or whatever it was that they got.
Yeah, and that's it too. There is always a swap.
Yeah.
There is always a swap for it. I don't think there's many things, maybe the chicken flavoured something or others, or something along those lines, but mostly there is always a swap of some kind.
There is. And it hasn't been, and I know I heard you say it so many times before I started the course that it's not that hard, and that once you're doing it, it actually isn't. It really isn't. We were sitting there this morning just talking about it, going, okay, what have we swapped out? What have we changed from our pantry? And we went through and we went, actually, it's not that bad. It wasn't that hard. It really wasn't.
Yeah.
So, Davin, do you get in the kitchen and help cook?
Oh, yeah.
He loves cooking. So I'm blessed with that as well, that he has an interest in cooking.
What's your favourite?
Oh, I like meringues.
Meringues.
Yum.
Have to be probably.
I know, I call it pab, whatever.
Oh, he did a pab for Christmas.
That's a good job. Pabs are hard to make, so good on you.
I know. Awesome. Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Like we went to a family dinner last night, and so he took a salad.
Chickpea and carrot salad.
Oh, that's cool.
You're amazing. Cool. That is awesome.
Yeah. And he made it all up himself, and he doesn't, I'm such a hoverer, and I sound like, don't do it that way. I've just got to stop myself, because if I let him go, he actually makes really good decisions, and I've just got to trust that he will.
I mean, like, I need a video help with some bits, but like.
Yeah. But helping is different to
control.
Taking over. Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. And that's how you're going to learn with your flavours and stuff by, mixing up stuff. And then sometimes you'll think, oh, that's gross, I won't do that again. And then other times you'll do it and that's really yummy. So, yeah, that's amazing. Good on you.
Next Jamie Oliver, I reckon.
Yeah, I know. I know. You're going to be teaching us a few things. Maybe we might have to organise a cook along with you, and maybe Eva, you and
Eva. I would actually love that.
You would love to do that, yeah.
You and Eva can get in the kitchen with each other and cook with everyone over the web.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
That'd be awesome.
All right. Well, you're amazing. You're a little legend. We're super proud of you and your family as well. And just like you said, you just have to know, you just have to feel better in yourself. And it is about just making those simple swaps. So well done.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for being on our show. It's
a pleasure.
I think my cheeks are sore because I've smiled. I think you just smiled the whole time. I'm so proud.
Thanks. Thank you.
Yeah, good
You're
job.
Welcome. All right, so for those that are listening to this, please know that you can subscribe to our podcast show over at the Whole Circle Additive-Free Lifestyle, and come and check us out. Make sure you follow us on all our social channels, Facebook and Instagram, And you can find all the links to this podcast show over on our website. And we'll even maybe pop in Davin's recipe of his chickpea salad that he made.
Yeah, good idea.
All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.